back in the crazy world with the crazy bitch. With the crazy bitches. Hello, crazy bitches. ADD gang back in the building. ADD Mike. What it do, folks? So, we're going to start off a little this and a little that. First, you can see my little scratch on my head. Got cut by a cabinet last week. So, I didn't get to finish a video the other day. And someone called me out on and asked why my videos were stopping. They just come to complete stops because I'm a dumbass and I have way too much shit on my phone, and so it's been acting up because I got it maxed out, you know, and I've even deleted some shit. So hopefully I get at least 20 minutes in from now till the time I go to the next job. So the last thing I was going to say is I had a van and I was leaving the job off that house I was talking about, and I had this van and it broke down, right? So I'm like a mile around the corner from the job, but also coincidentally, the company I used to work for, like I said, were doing a job right next to where I was working that I had worked before. So the company I worked for was in the area a lot. So on this afternoon, it's like 5 o'clock in the middle of the week, my van breaks down right in the middle of the road. Right on the main road. And the black Rastafarian guy that I talk about pulls up, and I look in my rear view and I see him, I see the van, the colors, and I jump out and I ask him for some help to jump me, and he won't do it. A piece of shit. So we coincidentally see the guy and he won't jump me off, he won't help me. No, we don't work together, but, you know, I thought he was better, you know, better than that. So he didn't help me, and a complete stranger wind up being the one to help me jump me off, but it was coincidentally, you know, quite odd. Here I run into him again after he had already come back to the job. I said I ran into him on this job. All these weird coincidences, but those are other stories. So you should know I'm talking about if you've seen those videos, and if you haven't, go back and watch them. Anyways, so as I discussed, we run with a rough crowd. And my boy DZ, all his friends are a rough crowd, right? All his friends are gang members. Every damn last one of them, except the people he sells dope to. But majority of people he gets dope from, those are all gang members. And there are a lot in the street that just dabble dope. And I was meeting a lot of gang members in all the years running with DZ. And I met this one set. Ghostface is a white gang in Atlanta, and I met those guys. And so one of the guys lives close to where DZ's living at the time. So this is the days of me doing dope, running with DZ. So we go over to this guy's house quite a few times, and we go over there one night, and we're kicking it with him. It was snowing that night, too, as a matter of fact. Anyways, me and Deez are at this guy's house. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And we're just sitting there doing dope. And he's telling us stories. And this guy, I'm not going to put no names or nothing like that out there. And I can't even say the name of the restaurant, although I'd like to. And this was no bullshit. I knew, like I said, I knew all the guys that they had run with, and they were all white gang dudes, right? Like hardcore white guys. All been to prison, all do illegal shit, rob people, they do all kind of dirt, right? And so there's all these gang members that hang out at this guy's house, right? Like this whole set of Ghostface. And me and DZ are over there a lot. And on one of these nights, we're over there kicking it with this guy who was pretty up there. I don't know his official rank or whatever you would call him, but all the other guys seemed to look up to him, right? So maybe he was like the big homie or whatever of their set. And he's telling us about And I had remembered this story. The story was big news, that this restaurant had been broken into. This was 5 o'clock news shit, right? These guys broke into this restaurant, this well-known restaurant in Georgia, and right outside Atlanta. And like I said, I can't give you more specifics because I'd be outing the people, and they never got caught for it. These guys broke into a restaurant, right? And like I said, I had already known the story previously, and here I am coincidentally meeting the guy who's telling me about it, who was involved, right? So these guys broke into a restaurant, right? And we're in there all night, digging, working on the safe, cutting at a concrete saw. It was cutting away for hours, all night, right? Now it's a break of dawn the next day in the morning, and one of the guys outside on lookout is saying that a cop's pulled up in the parking lot. A cop pulls up in the parking lot. This guy's over there, the lookout, smoking a cigarette, walks off. He can't now get back in because now a cop's right there. So all they can do is radio ahead to the guys, tell them there's a cop outside. You know, be careful. Quiet down. Cut the saw off for a while. Cut the saw off. Cop sits there. He says the guy goes out of sight, but he's got his eye on the cop. The cop's over in his cruiser, playing with himself, watching porn on a computer, right? he's sitting there watching a cop playing with himself, but the cop don't know he's there, don't know he's watching him, right? But he's got his eye on him, and the guys are inside, and the cop was there for like forever and a day for so long, and they just, like I said, day broke, and now they only got a couple hours before someone's going to come in. So after doing that, and then they went back, the cop left, they went back to sawing, and in just enough time before it was going to open, they got into the safe. And guess what happened? No, you're never going to guess it. The safe was empty. There was nothing in it. Some bullshit papers. Later that night, they revealed that the robbers broke in to the wrong safe, but the other safe had $100,000 in it. But they didn't get into it. So ain't that some shit, right? Risked all that, and like I said, the guy's in and out of prison. Okay, I knew him. There was this time frame there before that big job. Me and Deezy were running together, and like I said, this guy lived like a mile, maybe 2 miles from Deezy's house. So he's coming over. Deezy's going over there, and you know, he's helping he's moving for Deezy. You get what I'm saying? And so we hung out with this guy for quite some time, and then before this job, now a good year before this job, and this guy's out one night, and he is driving down the road at 2 o'clock in the morning, him and this chick, like a dumbass, and gets popped. They get him with dope. He's driving on a suspended license, no tag, no insurance, and they pop him for dope. And he go off to prison. He goes. And like I said, I can't reveal his name, but I can try and get his street name, because I forgot his street name. It's one of these, prison type genre, one of these kind of names. It's not Spider, it's not something, but I remember it was like common, not a Mike, of course, but it was a common name. His street name. And like I said, he was official. Those guys were into all that. They were into all kind of shit. I mean, every facet of making money, but not legal, right? They were into all that. Stolen merchandise, drugs, you name it. They were into it. And like I said, that was just one set. That was just one group of guys. So there's several others And then there's Manny. Manny's was the guy that tried to rip off Smooth. Well, Manny back in the day, Mexican guy, he used to run with gangbang, and he used to bang, right? And so he's in with a lot of these Mexican gangsters. And back in these days when Manny was my pill dude, this is when Manny ran in gangs and sets and did all this kind of shit, right? And was a drug dealer at the same time. So he was my pill guy at this time, and I remember meeting him several times. And a few of the times I met him at, he used to have a lowrider, and I met him a few times that were there at these lowrider shows and these car shows. Manny used to be big into that shit, you know. There was a day where Manny had money and was rolling. And he's always been into dirt. All these guys have been. All of them been into heavy shit. Stealing cars, breaking into houses, robbing people, you name it. These guys, each and every one of them's been involved with this kind of shit, right? And I'm like probably, believe it or not, the most calm or laid back or whatever amongst them all. I'm I don't know what you'd call it. My balls have never been that big, fuck that. But I run with guys for many, many years that are like that. DZ's like that. Tenfold. Nigga do anything, any and everything back in our day. You name it. I would be going on runs and hawking shit. And what time we were on this job painting this Indian guy. This Indian carpenter met this real rich fat chick, right? He hooks up with this fat chick, and she's real rich. She's into banking and shit. Got this enormous house out in the country. Well, that's New Harley, Georgia. A massive, huge complex, right? We're out there working. So this homeowner says he's looking for a four-wheeler. DZ tells him his boy's got one, right? So DZ's dealer at the time, another gangbanger, this other black guy we were getting dope from in those days, gives him his four-wheeler to sell to this guy, right? So no one thinks nothing of it. DZ goes and picks up the four-wheeler. We take it we're working for this guy now. Takes it to this guy for him to look at it. And this guy goes stupid on us and says he's going to get it checked. He's going to have it checked out, and he'll give him the money either then or the next day, that night or whatever. DZ says, okay, fair enough. He just wants to check it out, and then he'll pay him $2,500. The guy keeps it, takes it to the police station, finds out it's stolen. Total fucking dick move. And if that wasn't bad enough, it was the dope man's four-wheeler to begin with. And so, if all that wasn't bad enough, the guy not only didn't pay DZ for the four-wheeler, but he owed him $650 for the paint work and didn't pay him for that either. It was a absolute mind-boggling shit show. And I'm surprised that guy didn't get his head beat in with a pipe, to be honest with you. That was fucking crazy. That was none of these crazy ass deals we went through. We were taking this fucking four-wheeler to this job, and now this guy's taking it on himself to go be Mr. Samaritan and take it to the police station and leave it there. I mean, like, who does that kind of shit, right? I tell you, I've been on some wacky deals. These are them. These are parts of these stories. Some of the crazy shit that I've been through. And lo and behold, coincidentally, look where I am. I'm back to this job by Little Mexico. So we're over here in Gangland. Can you see down there? There's always dudes down there doing dirt, doing shit. So yeah, I'm right next to Gangland, where I used to live, Sandy Springs, Georgia. So the guy, like I said, he not only don't pay for the motorcycle, he don't pay DZ for his money. now DZ wants to beat his brains in. I can't believe he didn't. He shows up at the job, right? And the guy still won't pay him. It was bizarre, to say the least. And there wasn't shit he could do to press up on him about the four-wheeler because it was hot. You know, what was he going to do? Give my, you know, you want the four-wheeler, go to the police station and pick it up. I mean, so, another one of these, don't let this be you. This is the kind of people I run with, this kind of shit that comes around, goes around, that you put out, comes back to you. Manny, like I said, Manny used to run with gangsters and shit, and he's a Mexican dude. And, you know, he was had it made and balling at one time years ago. And, like I said, got hooked on drugs bad and turned him from a hero to a zero. You know, dude used to have a truck, a van, a nice car, a house, and, you know, toys all the time. Always. I'd never seen him until up recently when we had all finally, you know, gotten to the end of our rope. Fuck it, we're gonna go through little Mexico. What it do? What it do? Can you see? I'm gonna get shot down here trying to show pictures. I shouldn't do this. Dude right there. They got that twerk at the gas station. Oh, let's see the guy sleeping there. So Manny used to run and do a lot of dirt too. Manny was big into stealing shit all the time. He was a fucking professional thief robber. Always robbing, always had stolen hot shit. I'm talking everything from four-wheelers to cars to boats. I used to know some guys that used to, my buddy Walt that I worked with and a couple other guys is in prison now, but they used to steal, we worked for, doing the construction for roads, and he had one of those big dump trucks. I seen him stealing bobcats, excavators, all that shit. I seen him steal it and sell it to this guy we used to work for. He used to steal heavy machinery. Crazy shit. I used to watch that go down. That was before I got married. I'm here at work. So, yeah, all those guys, DZ's crew. DZ's huge thief too. DZ has a friend that still to the day, even up until I quit 2 years ago. Even then, right before I quit and during that time, he's got a buddy that's in and out of jail, but he's a professional thief. DZ will tell him what he wants, what he needs, and dude will go to Home Depot and steal a brand new whatever. So, whatever. You ask for something, he'll get it. I don't know how runs at Home Depot. I don't know how he possibly does it. But I was watching this guy that was strung out on dope. A DZ's friend, I can't remember his buddy's name, but this guy and he was a good plumber. He could have been a plumber, but he was so fucked in the head that he would rather be a thief. Dude was, like I said, during that 6 months we were working, dude was stealing shit every fucking day. I was meeting DZ with this guy, and this DZ was trading dope for you name it. Nail guns, drills, they've got guns that are $450. They're framing guns, airless, a bunch of this expensive shit, big ass box, right? How the fuck you did? You couldn't put it up your shirt or nothing. I mean, some of these boxes it takes literally to put on a cart. You can't even carry some of these. And dude would have 3-4 items every single day. Mind blowing. But I'm at work. I wanted to get that out. We'll continue on later. Love you. Stay ADD.